You know that scene, right? I think pretty much every cat owner does. You're relaxing, maybe on the couch, and there they are, this warm, purring lump of fur settled right on your chest. And you probably just think, oh, that's sweet, a sign of affection. Or maybe they just found a comfy nap spot. But what if it's more than that? What if your cat is actually on a mission, a secret one?
So let's really dive into this. I want you to think about your own cat for a second. Is he or she just a furry roommate? Or could they be, well, something else entirely? Like a silent guardian you never even knew you had.
I mean, think about it. What if that deep rhythmic purr vibrating through your body isn't just a happy noise, but an actual form of therapy? And what if their constant watchful gaze is really a protective shield tuned into things that are totally invisible to you? So in this explainer, we are going to break down 10 pretty extraordinary behaviors that suggest your cat might just be trying to protect your heart. And we're going to start with their most incredible hidden abilities.
First up, let's look at the incredible sensory toolkit that allows our cats to be these guardians in disguise, often picking up on dangers way, way before we have any clue.
And the scale of this is just mind-blowing. Some studies with support animals have suggested that cats might be able to detect cardiovascular irregularities up to 12 hours. Let that sink in. 12 hours before a major cardiac event happens. That is not a coincidence, my friends. That is a furry, four-legged early warning system.
So let's get into the first set of signs. These are the subtle ones, the really gentle interventions. You can think of them as whispers from your cat that, hey, something might need your attention.
Okay, first on the list, the therapeutic purr. This is so much more than just a happy sound. A cat's purr vibrates between 25 and 150 hertz. Now, why does that matter? Because that specific frequency range has been scientifically linked to things like tissue regeneration and healing. So when they lie right on your chest, they are literally applying this low-frequency sound therapy exactly where it can help regulate your heart rhythm and even lower your blood pressure. I read this one story about a cat named Milo who out of nowhere started obsessively sleeping on his owner's chest for 3 weeks straight. Well, they later found out they developed an arrhythmia. Milo knew something was up.
Next up is nocturnal monitor. While you're asleep, you're at your most vulnerable, and that's when your cat's instincts just kick into high gear. Their hearing is about 3 times more sensitive than ours, which means they can pick up on tiny irregularities in your heartbeat or your breathing from clear across the room. There's this documented case of a cat named Luna who started pawing at her owner's face every single night. The owner was getting really annoyed, but finally went to a doctor and boom, diagnosed with severe sleep apnea, a condition that was putting major stress on her heart. Luna was waking her up during the most dangerous episodes. She was literally saving her life.
And the third subtle behavior? Intuitive massage. You know that kneading thing we call making biscuits? Well, it turns out it's not always random. They often target acupressure points that are related to circulation. So listen to this from a cardiac nurse about her cat Oliver. She noticed he would come and knead on her chest for exactly 5 minutes, right before her evening heart medication was due. He was calming her pre-medication anxiety. He became, in her words, her living, purring reminder system. How amazing is that?
Okay, so we've seen the subtle signs, but what happens when things get a little more serious? Well, that's when their behaviors can shift from these gentle suggestions to direct, active interventions. This is your cat stepping in to physically protect you. Behavior number 4 is what we'll call strategic vigilance. Have you ever noticed your cat perching up on high places like a bookshelf or the top of the fridge, always with a clear line of sight to you? That is deliberate. They're getting a vantage point to monitor your breathing and watch for any signs of distress. There's this incredible account of a cat named Shadow who started spending his entire days on top of a wardrobe, just watching. For 2 weeks this went on. The family, a little freaked out, finally took the owner to a doctor who discovered he'd had a silent heart attack that was causing ongoing damage. Shadow's intense focus was the only symptom.
Then you've got the gentle touch. Now, this isn't them asking for food or attention. This is a soft paw placed right on you during moments of stress. And this simple little act can actually trigger your body's relaxation response and measurably slow your heart rate. An owner named Sarah, who struggles with an anxiety disorder, said her cat Pepper would place both paws on her chest whenever her heart started racing. It became her most effective grounding technique, and her cardiologist even confirmed her resting heart rate had significantly improved.
Now, this next one is so critical because it shows the difference between normal cat behavior and a real warning. Behavior number 6 is the insistent refusal, or what you could call protective blocking. A normal, annoyed cat can be distracted with a toy or a treat, but a cat in protective mode, they are unwavering.
They're not trying to be a pest, they are sensing biochemical changes in your body related to stress and physical strain, and they are trying to stop you from doing something they think is dangerous. The story of Thomas and his cat Jasper is a perfect and, frankly, chilling example. Every single time Thomas would go to climb the stairs in his house, Jasper would plant himself on the first step and just refuse to move. This went on for a whole week, until Thomas suffered a cardiac event while he was sitting safely downstairs. His doctor later told him that climbing those stairs would have been incredibly dangerous for his already compromised heart. Jasper had been physically preventing an activity that could have been fatal.
But what happens when the situation gets even more urgent? Well, the behaviors escalate. We're moving beyond whispers now. These are unmistakable alarms that something is seriously wrong and you need to pay attention like right now.
The seventh behavior is a radical routine shift. We're talking about a cat who's been aloof and independent for years and then suddenly becomes your inseparable shadow. This isn't just them being needy, it's an emergency alert. A cat named Midnight, who was independent for 7 years, suddenly started following his owner, Maria, everywhere, into the bathroom, room to room, just constant. A trip to the vet confirmed the cat was perfectly healthy, but the vet suggested Maria see her own doctor, just in case. The diagnosis? A developing heart valve issue, caught super early, all thanks to Midnight's sudden, dramatic change in behavior.
Okay, number 8 is the programmed awakening. And this isn't a random nudge because they're hungry. This is different. It starts with precise timing, waking you up at the exact same time every single night. It's often during those vulnerable hours, between 2 and 4 a.m., when cardiac risk is naturally higher. And it's just a check-in. The cat touches you and then just waits. A cat named Whiskers woke his owner up every night at exactly 3:17 a.m. One night, the owner woke up feeling dizzy, heart racing. It turned out he was having a dangerous arrhythmia during that specific stage of sleep each night, and Whiskers was forcing him to become conscious of it.
And then there's behavior number 9, directional warmth. This is when your cat doesn't just lie on you, they lie on the left side of your chest, right over your heart. A cat's body temperature is higher than ours, so this focused warmth can actually promote circulation. One rescue cat, Phoenix, was adopted by a woman named Claire who had a congenital heart condition. Phoenix slept in this exact position every single night. Her cardiologist even joked that it was like a natural, living form of compression therapy, just soothing her heart.
So, what does this all lead to? All these behaviors, from the subtle purr to the urgent alarm, they can all culminate in one final, truly extraordinary act of devotion, an unwavering vigil that has literally saved lives. This is the ultimate act, total devotion. When a cat senses a severe, imminent threat, they might enter what you can only describe as an emergency protection mode. They stop their normal lives. They stop eating, playing, even sleeping normally. Their entire existence boils down to one thing: staying with you no matter what.
And this brings us to the incredible story of a man named Robert and his cat, Captain. Their relationship was fine, pretty casual. But then one Thursday morning, Robert woke up to find Captain on his chest, just staring intently right into his face. For the rest of that day, Captain followed him everywhere. And that evening, he physically stopped Robert from getting up off the couch. And Captain's vigil just escalated from there. So Thursday morning, it was the staring and following. By that evening, he was physically blocking Robert. The next morning, Friday, Captain upped his game. He literally knocked Robert's car keys off a table and then blocked the front door to stop him from leaving for work. Later that afternoon, Robert felt a pressure in his chest and called for help. He was having what's called a slow burn heart attack, one that develops over days. By forcing Robert to rest and stay home, Captain had minimized the damage and, without a doubt, saved his life.
So, when you look at all 10 of these behaviors together, the therapeutic purrs, the nocturnal monitoring, you realize it's not just a random list of quirks. It's an interconnected safety net. It is a complete protective system, from gentle therapy all the way to an all-out emergency intervention. If you ever start seeing these signs, especially a few of them together, please listen to what your cat might be trying to tell you.
So the next time your cat curls up on your chest, or wakes you up in the middle of the night, or just refuses to leave your side, take a moment. Don't just see a pet, see a guardian, and ask yourself, what are they trying to tell me?
Before you go, remember this. Your cat is doing something right now that most owners completely miss. At Feline Frontier, we don't just share cute cat facts. We uncover the hidden meanings, the quiet signals, and the strange behaviors your cat uses every single day to communicate with you. From the sounds that instantly calm a stressed cat, to the tiny habits that prove they trust you, to the mistakes that silently hurt them more than you realize. Everything here is designed to help you understand your cat on a deeper level. So if you've ever looked at your cat and thought, "What are you really trying to tell me?" You're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe to Feline Frontier, because the next video might explain something your cat has been waiting years for you to understand. See you in the next frontier of feline truth.